Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode on the Antology channel. Today we'll be talking about pavement ants, which are those small little ants that you see crawling around your house, stealing the crumbs from your floor, the ones you see on sidewalks and on the pavement. They're those little guys, and they are extremely small, but don't be fooled by their size because they are very fierce, as you will soon see within this video. Now, before I give you a quick rundown on the video, make sure to stick around to the end. And without further ado, I'll tell you about this video. So, the species involved are Tetramorum immigrans, which is the technical term for the pavement ant. The goal is to get a developed pavement ant colony of about 10 to 15 workers to accept a random worker from a random colony, and the outcome is unknown, but I think we'll be successful. I guess we'll see. So, the experiment began with me doing the same thing as last experiment by connecting the test tubes. The worker just kind of walked in, and at this point I take the test tube out so that he can't escape. And it sounds, oh, you said last video that you should keep the two test tubes in there so they have more space. These guys are a lot smaller than the carpenter ants, and if you really wanted to, you could hide on the top of the cotton. And if he was like being murdered, I might take him out if he was over there, because I wouldn't want to just kill a worker for no reason. You see that little arch with the workers checking out? Yeah, that's like an arch of excrement and body parts and shell casings. It's foul. It's actually so disgusting. And the worker then just waltzes right in. I mean, I have no idea what prompted him to do this. Just walks right in and just starts to sniff the queen's brood, and I don't even know what he was doing. 3 of the workers now approach the intruder, and one of them lashes out at his leg and pulls him a little bit, but the worker will not have it and lashes out onto his antennae, ripping it off. Here is a time lapse of the following action. So now in this clip you can see that they're actually interrogating him with the antennae. You can see they're going crazy with the antennae. And I find it really interesting that they haven't started to kill him yet, they're just restraining him. And then this happened. You see that worker who seems to be cleaning off his abdomen? That's him cleaning off his stinger. I have never seen these ants clean off their stingers before, until that worker just came in. This is not a good sign. So now the worker is still being restrained, but not being killed, which is, I think, is important to make a distinction about that. He's not being killed yet, he's only being restrained, which was kind of hopeful, I guess. It gave me a little bit of hope, but it still wasn't great. And then I came back up to check on it after taking a little break from filming, and this was happening. They had completely restrained him. They restrained his mouth, all of his legs, except for one. They restrained his antennae, and the queen had now come to check him out and seemed not very satisfied because they all began to get closer and move in for the kill. So at this point, I was pretty sure that the video was going to be over because they were about to kill him. But I wanted one last attempt to make this a success. So I did this. I added 3 more workers from the colony that I had taken the worker from originally into the test tube to see if their presence would help out with the experiment. Within a few seconds of adding the second worker, he was already being restrained, which was not good. And so I just kind of added the rest of them, and here's a little time lapse on what happened in that time. It was clear to me at this point that the experiment was failing, and with this in mind, I placed in a second test tube as refuge for any of the ants that wanted to escape.